What's happening, y'all? Mopreme Shakur here
Immortals.
on
Bow down to something
I
greater than
Only Touch
yourself,
Greatness
Trick.
podcast. What it do? What it do, my friend?
How are you? Yeah, I'm Ryan, by the way. I'm up here in Vancouver, Canada.
Hey, what's happening, Vancouver?
Yeah, and I'm joined with Big Mike, my co-host.
Hey, Mo, thank you very much for taking the time for us.
Big Mike, no problem. No problem. Good to talk to you guys.
Shortly we'll be having our friend from Kansas City drop in. He's got a couple questions for you too. So, but I wanted to run through a bunch of questions first and then let him drop in. So I'm ready when you are.
I'm ready as I'm gonna get.
How's your day going?
Man, I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna make it. You know, I'll keep pushing. The sun's going down. I'm still working, but it's all good. I'm blessed. I'm still here.
Perfect. For those that don't know, you were born in New York, and what was childhood like for you growing up?
Childhood was very interesting to say the least.
I know. Basically, I'll let you know that I've studied Pac forever, so I know the answers. But in case anybody that doesn't know the answers, and trying to get your story.
You have you?
Yeah, my dog's named Tupac.
Oh my God! I hope he's a fucking killer.
It's a French bulldog.
Frenchy. Okay. Pac and I have different mothers, but my father kind of raised us both at a period in his life and our lives. With my mother, I grew up a lot. I'm from Jamaica, Queens, New York. It's quite cold. It's not quite Vancouver, but it's cold as hell up there.
Oh yeah, and that's where 50's from too, isn't he? Jamaica, Queens.
Yeah, we're from the same neighborhood.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that show Canaan, that's my neighborhood right there.
Okay, I love that show.
Yeah. So, between that and spending time in the South, it was very, very interesting because my time in New York, when I was coming up, because I'm older than Pac, I was at a different level in experiencing music. So hip hop was at its birth. I'm from Queens, so hip hop was big in my life, and I latched on to that as well. And there was my mother's side, which is good old Baptist, and my father's side, which is he was Muslim, and it's a little bohemian on that side, but it trains you for the future.
Perfect. Mike?
Yeah, and what would you say influenced you as an artist growing up?
There was always soul music around. What influenced me as an artist was soul music and soul and disco. Soul and disco, believe it or not. That's what pre-hip hop was in New York. It was soul records and disco records, break beats, the beats, and then hip hop was kind of born out of that. So that's and then I just kind of broadened my horizons thereafter.
Okay, and what made you first want to pursue hip hop? Because you were doing it way before Pac, obviously being the older one.
Man, Queens, I'm telling you, Queens. It was the birth, early days of hip hop. When LL was 17, and we were all super young, and the game was just being born, and it was adventurous because I came up through jamming in the park, seeing the guys climb the light poles to hook up the electricity so we can do our thing in the park. That whole part of it, the whole watching, learning how to DJ. I love all the aspects, but I can't do them all. You know what I'm saying?
So you just studied
I
it.
love them all. So I did a little break dancing. You know what I mean? I did a little break dancing, and but hip hop, the music is my thing. The words, I like words, and I like listening. I like a well put together song.
You know, today when I was studying more into you that I didn't already know, found out that you were on the Feels Good song, right? With Tony back in the day. A great song. But I didn't realize that was you on the end until I found out after that you had the name Mercedes.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, as an artist, I consider myself, us rappers, me, an artist, and you grow through different phases, different names, different creations. You know what I mean? Kanye just changed his name. So, I'm officially the first one in the family in the music business. All right. That was the number one record. Feels good.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
was.
It's a classic. And then here comes along Pac. He hit him in the head with digital. Shock G, rest in peace, Shock G. But he also was blessed enough to have the film career.
Yes, definitely. We'll touch on that stuff too coming up. As for us, we recently had on Richie Rich. We've had on Richie Rich. We had on Money B for sure.
Okay.
Okay, and then of course you changed your name to Wicked, right? That's it.
Yeah.
I pronounced that right. And then obviously the Mopreme. What
Yeah.
made you want to do a rebrand almost each time?
Well, when I was Wicked, I was officially, Pac was trying to, put us together, make a group, Wicked and the Mouse Man. My man Mouse Man, shout out to Mouse Man up in Baltimore. We were Wicked and the Mouse Man. We were his backup at the time in the early days. It was a small crew in the early days. Ain't nobody know, us really. And we always, especially with me and Pac, we moved around so much.
Yeah.
It was hard to really develop that hometown base where as soon as you drop a record, everybody gonna buy it. We had to build our own fan base, wherever we was at. That's who, we gonna make this work. And yeah, that's what's up.
And then obviously Thug Life went gold. Did you know it was going to have such success?
I was praying. I know the impact of the movement. At the time, Thug Life, we was running shit. We were top of the food chain, running, West Coast. I know it was having a mad impact. Didn't know to what degree it would be.
Because you wrote most of that album, did you not?
Yeah, I did. I'm on I co-produced it really. I'm on like 6 of them songs, 6 out of 10 of them songs.
Yeah.
And because there was a first Thug Life album that never came out because the label wouldn't put it out.
Too hard.
Too much for the labels. Too much for the labels. And Pac came to me and said, Mo, I need you to reconstruct this Thug Life album or we ain't gonna be able to put it out. I need a album that the label going to accept. So I started, re-recording some new songs in the Valley of California with my man, rest in peace, Big Psych,
Yep.
Rated R, Macadocious, and with Pac's contribution, and the scope finally put it out.
Perfect. That was before or about the same time as Fuck the Police, right? Because that was the whole thing. They tried to shut down, or they made you re-record it because
the whole parental advisory thing. C. Dolores Tucker. There was a lot of censorship issues going on at the time. Shout out to Two Live Crew. They was going through it. Cop Killer, Ice-T. There's a lot of groups that was going through it that people may not recognize that, we were being censored and albums were being stopped and it was getting politicized. And we kind of got caught up in that,